Thank you very much, Ines, and hello together, and also a warm welcome for this afternoon for the special topic here. Get ready for France new invoicing mandate. It's a topic what I think most of you keeps you very busy in the next 10 months. But before we will start, let me introduce myself. My name is Andreas Killinger. I am product manager for E-Invoicing, global invoicing, e-tax, VIDA, and SAP. I'm around about 13 years at SEEBURGER for these topics, and yeah, I'm happy to go with you today for the requirements to France. Before we start, yeah, a little bit more to my to-do. It is we are doing a little bit more. SEEBURGER is doing a little bit more than just send data from left to right. We have a lot of memberships. The first one is FAIR. This is for the German e-invoicing format, or also for the France e-invoicing format. We cover GINA. This is outside a little bit of Europe, and for sure also inside its global exchange network. RCCH is very important to be a member for some countries, yeah, to get the permission to do anything. And we are members more or less for the German part, but I cover workshops for E-Invoicing International, for VIDA, for the upcoming reporting system in the EU. And there is also a meeting of some service providers, or a lot of service providers. It's very interesting to work with them together. IDST, it's for the technical German format, for the e-text format for before VIDA, and all the other things. My part is also to be present in some congresses like Exchange Summit, E-Rechnungsgipfel, SAP, and so on. This is yeah, more part. I am not a consultant. I am not a solution architect. I am not a sales. If you need any quotes or whatever, we have to do that after the session with our sales contact at SEEBURGER. I'm doing organize or not organize. I analyze what is behind any mandates, what will happen in the future for our customers. I'm not sales consulting or solution architect. Current timeline, other countries, the French B2B invoicing mandate. This is important. We are talking about B2B and not B2G. We are not talking about Chorus Pro as a B2G, what was from 2016 to 2020, 2017 to 2020. This is done, or this is gone, whatever. And the last thing, what can SEEBURGER do for you? Yes, this is important. Current timeline, I'm not going too deep for that. We will be here in French phase 1 and French phase 2. But sometimes the people, I got it in the morning with some webcast, and then, oh, there are also some other mandates. If you need more, or you have more questions to get more details to other e-invoicing mandates here in Europe, please contact me. I had some webcast last week. This doesn't make any sense to discuss it here because this costs too much time in this case. So let us start with the French B2B mandate. And yeah, there are a lot of, what to say, informations, discussions, confusions about the PA status. The old version was the PDP status. They changed around about middle of September from PDP to PA. PDP is old, just for information. PA for approved platform in English and French, you have another meeting. So, but what does this mean? On the left side is a paper. It's a screenshot. It's a paper of a screenshot of a paper, and this is the confirmation from the French government, or from the institution what is behind the French government, that we are registered to be a PA or past PDP. And this is a registration that almost all other service providers got during the last months. And if registration, it means it's formally complete. We put all the required paperwork on that. Yes, everything what is needed by this government, but it does not mean it is a certification. So the certification comes now. The certification means we get invited, and then we have to show a demo, how it really looks like our solution, or not from our service provider, how it really looks like the solution. We have to prepare for that. And it could be if they are not satisfied, so we will not get the certification, and we will also not get or we lose the registration. So what means, yeah, if the solution doesn't work well, then we are done or gone from this list. So, but this can happen with all service providers currently on list. It will always be a problem with this. In the next step, number 3, service providers must complete the auditor process. This is the next step. We did start already everything, it's okay. And then in some years ago, we have to do a new recertified our process. So what means if you make a decision with us, for example, so it could be that we lose our status in 2 or 3 years, but this can happen with other service providers as well. We have to see how it's going on in this case. And then there's another information. Some of these lists, this should not be negative, this is okay. Some of these lists of the PDP list that everybody knows already, there are some white label partnerships. White label means they get together with another partner. What is the message now? If these other partners are going to lose maybe the certification or the registration, so what means you lose maybe 2 service provider on this registration list. Okay, you see, there are a lot of things to do. We cannot sleep because of this paper on the left side. We have a lot of things to do, and we will continue from SEEBURGER side to get to receive the certificate and so on. Okay, but what happened now? Or what is important to know? I think important is you see it in the middle, invoice via email or it's not by email or email, sorry, this is the wrong thing. Yeah, email or PDF or paper, it's no longer allowed anymore in the nearest future. It's September 26 starts the first phase. So what mean you have to forget it, you have to change to an electronic format to get the invoice data to your business partner. And also here you see it, I cancel it already, PDPs doesn't exist anymore, it's now a PA. It's a approved platform, and here it's one again, it's not a B2G, it's a B2B, domestic, for all domestic B2B issues and so on. In addition, it will be also B2C, it will be e-reporting, and it will life cycle status, what is included. But I will get deeper in this in the next slides. So what was on the magic date on October 15 last year, 24? Yeah, the French tax authority announced that there is not longer be a free option for the PPF platform. There is not longer be an OD variant possible to use. There is just an PA, or in the past it was PDP. So there is, what means everybody of you maybe here in this call or at the company must choose a PA in the nearest future to send data, taxes or invoice data, lifecycle, everything from one to the next. So this is, this died. So what means no free PPF platform access anymore. So that means everybody, also the flower store at the corner or the pizzeria or whatever, they need a PDP, so a PA to transfer the invoices from one partner to the next partner. So this was the picture until 15th of October, and here in the middle, this way in the middle, this was the way to use the OD. The OD was the service provider with a standard format with Factor X, UBL, CII. In the past, the PDP was for special EDIFACT, D96A, and so on. So, and and also, for example, there was a free access for small companies, but this died. This is the newest version. There is only the possibility to transfer any data via a PI. And if you have a contract with an OD, then the OD must have a contract with an PA. This we name white label partnership. This you have to ask before you get active with your OD or you have to look for another PA. So the current timeline, it's we are going to test with other PAs in maybe next week or in November. It's open now since last week, and then the next one is the interoperability testing to all register PAs, and then Next year, February will be PTP. Yeah, you see PTP, PA testing to the PPF platform, to the sandbox, and so on and so on. The final publish of certification will be maybe in quarter next year, or quarter two next year, or quarter one, or end of quarter one. We will see what is going on. You see, the time is really ticking. We are losing currently a lot of time for waiting and so on. So, but let's go to the next slide. So this is the timeline a little bit deeper of what is interesting for you. The other one was actually interesting for the service provider. We have around about 4 million French companies. It's a little bit more. And we have 8,300 large companies. They must start sending out 1st of September next year. Almost 4 million. They can actually wait for sending out of outgoing invoices 1st of September 27. But if one of the smallest here of this 4 million on the right side receive any invoices from one of the left side, or on the middle side, sorry, from one of this 8,300, he must be ready to receive and book. In Germany, you have just receive. In France, you must book it. Sorry. So by the end here, I will not go in deep with employees, revenue, and assets. I think you can read that. But by the end, you should go as soon as possible to have a contract with a PA, past PDP provider, in order to get active, to do anything, in order to get your money. When you are a supplier and you send invoices out, this will be time to do a contract with a PA as soon as possible. Because they are also limited with space, with consulting space to get it realized, and it's getting smaller. We are close to Christmas, and next year then it's high speed. And we have 5 other countries. They also have a mandate in 2026. So the PA's commitment, what does it mean? I told you already. We are currently conditional, approved. Or register. We don't have a certification. The finally will be end of 25 or end of Q1. We actually don't know. That's depend on how long needs the demo phase in order to get the certification. Is it's not the final date? You can also do later. The French government expect up to 150 PAs in the long term. But yeah, then. I don't know what happened, but you can also lose your status. It will be, I think, probably less than 100. This is my feeling. They get active in the nearest future to be a PA. We will see how it's continue. I saw already some other service providers, they lost the status on this PDP list. I cannot say how many we will by the end of this. Of the end of August. This is actually the last moment, because at 1st of September we have to start. You see, there are a lot of things to do, and what is behind the PA commitments? What means we have to send, we have to able to send electronic invoice. We have to receive electronic invoice from other PAs. We have to support the 3 base formats at least, and in addition the not based format, let it be like EDIFAN. We have to cover a lifecycle management. We have to do compliance check on documents and data exchange. We must be able to have a connection or connectivity and interoperability concept with all PAs with the PPF. Everything must work for us. This is not. It's not like the invoice from one to the next partner. There's a little bit more to do. Extraction and transmission of data required by the state. So what means this is a part of the directory. I go later to that. And also recovery and management of the directory database. This is also a part of you and a part of the service provider. We need to provide an authentication secured process. So for log-on, certification via ISO 27001 and a secured hosting. You cannot go to an Amazon cloud platform. So what means we need a secured hosting and under the Segment Cloud standard. So everything, if you do that, then you get a certification. and not the registration. This you have to, you have to bring, you have to do that and to have a certified PA in the nearest future. We will see what happens. So what does the reform include in addition? So we have 4 floors. You see it on the right side, it's written in French. This is our French language. This is the invoicing. This is the life cycle flow. This is the e-reporting, and this is the update of the directory. I will explain it later with structures and everything. Okay, requires invoice to be created in a so-called structured format. Structured format is not a PDF, it's not a JPEG, it is not a paper, it's not a fax. So what means it must be like an XML. I told you already it must be in the core format provided by default of the reform. I mentioned it already. This could be UBL, it could be CII, it could be a hybrid format. Factor X, it's a hybrid format. So what means it's a combination of an PDF and an XML in the beside or in the PDF, but the PDF part has nothing to say. Yeah, in 26 still it's okay, but the PDF is just a visualization. Important for tax reason will be the XML structure. Yes, the next step will be life cycle flow. So what means the French government is interesting to know about everything what happened with your invoice in French. Are you agreed? Are you not agreed? I will show you later how it looks like in the on some other screenshots here or some other slides and so on. Also, we must connect the life cycle information to the PPF and collect information also transmitted to companies subject to VAT on collection. You see, it's not only an invoice from 1 to B, it's a little bit more. The next one is e-reporting flows. So the government would like to know what happened outside of French or on the way to French. Invoices, what leaves the country and what goes to France. The French government would like to have any information. I will let you know how it looks like later. It's better to understand it. So by the end, the directory is like a yellow phone book, or it's a partner directory. This partner directory is not located on the service provider. This is located on the PPF platform. So what means we have to update this directory, and we need your information. You're from the ERP system. We don't know if there is a movement of your supplier or of your customer from one city to the next. You have to give us the information, and then we have to update the directory. But let us go to the data flows and process. Here are 14 flows. I'm not going to read it from above to from the beginning to 14. This is just information. I will go step by step in the next slides. What means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 and 5 doesn't. We don't take care. It is not set up yet. Maybe it's coming in the nearest future. I don't know. There is just 1 to 14 without 0, 4 and 0, 5. Let's go to the entire big picture here. We have now not in French, now in English. We have the e-invoicing flow, we have the life cycle flow, the e-reporting flow, the directory flow. So what means we have 4 things to cover. And here it's the first time we have a 5-corner model. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Number 5 will be the government or the platform. The same like in other countries, you know, from PEPL, there's a 4-corner PEPL with just the invoicing part. Now we have the 5-corner model because 5-corner model because of the text data and so on at transfer. Here is the directory of all listed PAs or service provider are listed here, and they are also here, and not here or not here. The directory will be here, so we cannot handle it from here. We must have a touch always to the directory. So what means how it looks like for the invoicing flow. So by standard, I get information from your side. It will be in any kind of format. It will be maybe in SAP format. If it's an IDOC, doesn't matter. In 2 or 3, we must handle on the way to the buyer or to the business partner. We must handle in standard formats, and we must handle other format. What is either UBL, CII, Factor X. One again, Factor X. It's a combination. It's a hybrid format. what means it's a PDF together with an XML embedded, but PDF has nothing to say. What you cannot do is the part number one. This is the regulatory invoicing data stream to the PDF. It's not a full like here. It's the important information what PPF means to close tax gap in the nearest future. This will be our part. Here you have to do a decision 2 and 3. What is your other PA or what is your business partner needed? Works everything with PayPal, works everything interoperability. There's a lot of discussions what you have to do and what you have to figure out before you start any projects. So we are able to cover everything. We can handle really everything. So what means why it's so important to have, is it PayPal or not? You say, for example, I would like to do PayPal, but maybe this one doesn't have a PayPal access point. You know, everybody has a PayPal access point. So what means maybe you expect anything else. Maybe you expect anything via interoperability, for example. This is, you have to figure out what the receiving PA maybe use this PA, and this PA is maybe of your business partner, what he is getting to expect. Can he do also everything like SEEBURGER? I don't know it. This is your part. Okay, this is the easiest way, but you can see it starts in September 26. Just the invoice transfer, no paper, no JPEG, nothing, and we have to do the invoice data stream to the PPF. By the way, PPF, they are going to change the name as well. So here's a little bit what I mentioned in the last slide. I am ready to receive and send invoices. I'm to book the invoice. It's not only receive, it's not an email it goes straight to your ERP system. What kind of format I prefer to do. I'm affected from B2C as well, or only B2B. Once again, do I have an OD provider and it's connected to a PA provider? Do I have an archiving system already in use, or do you need maybe SEEBURGER as an archiving system? All these are questions that you have to think about in the next 10 months. But let us go to the life cycle flow. The life cycle flow, we cannot cover that. We can just map it. The life cycle flow, it's the life cycle flow of an invoice flow or transport or whatever. So what happened with your invoice? Let us go back to 2 or 3 when we send an invoice from one PA to the next PA. So he has to do this ERP system from the buyer. They have to say, oh, I approve it, I reject it, anything like that. We have 4 e-invoicing status, what is in the life cycle flow available. So 4 must be covered, and the other I did not put all the 14 on it, but all the other would be recommended to do that. There is a list. You will get a list when you do the decision with us to do this project. Then you get a list. What does it mean that you say, okay, we are satisfied, the buyer is satisfied with this invoice, and I will send them 200 back. Then we receive that. Then we will send it forward to the PPF, or in the opposite way as well. So the entire invoicing is life cycle status, everything what happened. Also when you paid it, we must transfer it in the life cycle process flow from one to the next, and we don't know it. What did you do with your invoice? We get maybe the confirmation, okay, it's transferred, everything is green, but we don't know what did you do with this invoice, or what you do with this invoice. Is this approved? Is this not approved? We need the entire process back from your side, and then we will send it to the PPF. Don't take care for the special syntax format what they need. CEDAR, if you are able to send it, okay, then just open the channel and move it to PPF. If you're not going to do in this format, send us any other formats, could be an IDOC format, for example. Then we will map it and we'll send the information to the PPF platform. You see, this part, we can just map. You must give us the information about the entire process. What did you do with the invoice? It's outbound, it's inbound, all the information we needed from your side. Next slide is this is also a summary again. I think we must not read it again. You will get the slides for sure. So e-reporting flow. The entire, the French government is really interesting what happened outside of France. So what means, in this case, you send an invoice from France to Germany or to Italy or to Belgium, or you receive any invoices to your French locations from outside of French, then we need, or you must give us an e-reporting. So why we cannot see that? When you work with a third-party service provider, so what is not a PA, maybe it's located in another country and it's not interesting to be a PA. Could be, why not? Or he lost his status and he's doing, okay, I will do the e-reporting part, the cross-border part, the mid-cross-border. Then, we receive maybe here any invoices from the PA or from another PA, we don't know it. Then we need the e-reporting data. We need a part of this incoming cross-border invoice, and then we need to send the data to the PPF platform. We must not share it from one PA to the next. This would be stupid. But here from outbound, inbound, everything. When you send here an invoice out in another country, then we need also the text data, the e-reporting data from your side, and have to send it to the PPF platform. So we cannot cover this. We can just do a mapping. We don't know what happened with a third-party provider, what happened inbound. We don't know it. It could be here, it is here, maybe SEEBURGER, here it's not SEEBURGER or opposite. We don't know it. You are responsible to extract from your ERP system the text data and send this to us. So we cannot do it. We can do just the mapping. We don't know it. Here's also a summary of this, what I said before. It's a similar, like Hungary or Spain. Maybe you have E2 tax with like Hungary and Spain. You remember when we go back here, you send out an invoice to anywhere, and then you have to send the text data to a platform via the service provider. This is a little bit similar in this case. Summary. Okay, directory flow. The directory, it's here. It's not here. It's also not here. Remember from the first picture. So, so what means the directory needs to be set up electronically. So when here invoice comes, we have to ask where is the PA for this customer here, for this buyer. We have to ask, and then we have to send the data, to the buyer. So what means we need the information if there is a change. Maybe the buyer moved somewhere else, has a new zip code. I don't know. It's maybe not. It was in the past not PayPal, but now he is PayPal. We need this information. We don't have this information. The information are located on your ERP system and not on the service provider. So we need your information. You need the information from your ERP system on a technical way, and then we will update this to the PPF platform. So this is the third thing or the fourth thing what you have to do. E-invoicing data, lifecycle status, e-reporting data if you have traffic outside of France, and the directory process flow. I'm not going to deep in technical things. We can, if you want, we can also discuss this in a single call together with our sales and so on, or consulting. This is just for information. So this is also a summary again, and let's go to a little bit technical thing what we are doing here at SEEBURGER side. This is the outbound process here. We have a process mapping, we have a partner mapping. So what means the first one, we do it in our own format, and then we will send it in the preferred format from the receiving PA of the business partner. Could be PayPal. You see, I'm really happy to do it via PayPal. Doesn't matter. We can do it also in an EDIFACT format, whatever you want. This is the communication. It's an EJ actually. In the second one, you remember this is the part number one, invoice data stream to the PPF. It's our part, and our part is also lifecycle status e-reports, but the data comes from you. We don't have it. E-reports directory, okay, directory update should be here, but this is part of the PPF. This will be our part of the technical way. Also archiving, we can help you if it's needed. Inbound is the opposite way. We receive any data from the PPF, from the PDPs. Here's still written PDP. It should be written PA. You see, sometimes I'm not update everything, but this PDP should be PA. Sorry for that. Before you get these slides, I will change this. This is the opposite communication. Receive it via Pepper, AS2, whatever web service. We do partner mapping, and then we do the process mapping, and then between is the CXML, and then we will send you the final data for your ERP system. So what does it have to, you as a customer to consider now? Very important, once again, yes, this is from the last 6 or 8 slides. Once again, what I am ready to receive and to book, what I would like to send, what needs my business partner. I am able to work with my ERP system to do the life cycle status reporting, e-reporting, directory update, and so on. I'm affected also with B2C or B2B. Do I still have an OD provider? Is he connected with one more PDP? It's embarrassing, but sometimes you oversee that. This is quite possible. Yes, there is a lot of things to think about, and you have to really also to think about. And please don't wait too long. We have another 10 months. And then we really have to start with projects. We cannot cover all the projects, or the service provider cannot cover all the projects. It will really for all of us service provider, a real nightmare to cover everything. Why? This is in the next slide. It's we have 2 phases. Once again, September 26. Around about 8,300 companies are affected. We have maybe 100 service provider. That means 80 projects per service provider. It's a stupid calculation, I know. Maybe anybody has one, the next one at 200. But this is a thing to think about, not to wait too long. So if you at least need 50 working days, and this is more than 15 working days. Everybody knows this is life cycle, everything. This is just a house number. It's not a realistic number of working days. That means it would be 1,200 working days per each service provider. For some service provider, maybe they have 1 consultant, it's a little bit more. Another one has maybe 20 consultants. They are maybe less. But this is a part to think about when you have 4 million companies and you have 1 and 1.75 years time to cover 4 million companies in France. So, and we have still 20 additional other EU countries with any mandates. They are coming up by 2020. So what means don't wait too long. Select or do a contract with a PA, with a service provider, and get in contact with one of them and try to organize a project so that we get finished for September 29. So what can we do for you? We have experience in the invoicing and then CTC, continuous transaction control, is the 3 letters there. We do e-invoicing for sure almost since 40 years, but with the EU directive in 2014, we did start with, I have no idea how many projects, plus 500, this could be also plus 1,000 for B2B, B2G, for sure. There was a lot of B2Gs here. It's but this ends of 2019. Now we have a lot of B2Bs and real-time VAT reporting and so on. And it's getting more and more and more. We have a platform what is flexible for cloud, on-premise, hybrid. But most of the thing will be for sure in the cloud, a little bit hybrid, because you need a cloud. In France, you really cannot do anything without cloud, or if you need a Pepper access point, and you need a service provider because they have the access point. You see there are a lot of things to think about. We can integrate actually everywhere. We can go to SAP for sure. We have also some other ERP systems we can connect. It's not only SAP. We can also connect to SAP and working together with SAP DRC if you are going to use this and you don't want to send the data via the SAP cloud. You prefer maybe SEEBURGER. We can also move the data to us. And there is not only invoicing in the world. The last point, we are also to cover other things that we are born with: orders, delivery documents, and so on and so on. E-invoicing is for the next year a hype for sure, but then it's running, and then comes maybe the next e-travel or I don't know, format. like e-order, maybe nobody knows it. Yeah, we have a lot of cloud services still. We are going to change the cloud service in another word the next time. It will be invoicing hub services. We cover Europe, and this Europe part it's growing. We are outside of Europe, well, not so strong. We have not so many things there, and we have also integration projects. Integration project means for us we have to work together with partners. We cannot do everything by alone. Serbia, Denmark, Croatia, we need partners, for example, because we are not VAT registered in these countries, and only the government said we only work together with a service provider. They have a VAT ID, so that means then we going together with other service provider. They are in place and they are getting contact to us. So it is it's a e-invoicing. It's a family working, yeah, with all of us to hope you're all to happy all the customers and cover all the needs what you have. We have a lot of PayPal cloud services. And it's getting more and more. Currently, we are do the certification for UAE, for Dubai and so on. It's a longer process. We are new certified for Malaysia for the PayPal service, and working also on Singapore and so on. So that means the slides can get bigger. So by the end, I showed you already what we do with mapping. What we do, we have now the BIS Hub e-invoicing service. It's we do here the standard with, as maybe you're already working with SEEBURGER, we get here in the CXML version or C-invoices, and then we do everything central. In the past, we put everything on, for each customer, we have an extra mini cloud. Now we do everything together in order to save time to get finished with everything. Here we can cover the process reporting, national regulations, signature, conversion, everything in the central invoicing service, in the SIS, how we name that. And we will start for sure with the most needs, or this France, Germany, Poland, Belgium, and so on. We currently not will do this way with Italy, for example. This is getting step by step that we move to our BIS Hub invoicing service or to a central invoicing platform. We are doing that. We can cover customers, national portals. We can PayPal, EDI, everything what is available around the world, I would say. And in any invoicing format, if you receive anything, we are going to move it back, and we can handle with status informations, and like in status item for SAP, for example. We can cover everything what has to do with the invoicing. We have a legal archiving, and we have also a monitoring solution. I'm not going to show you that. This is we maybe individual if you have this need. Then we will show you how looks the monitoring, in this case the technical monitoring, or somebody knows it as a message tracking, for example. By the end, it helps us. It's a lot of advantage for using France, that we use this BIS Hub invoicing service. We are better compliance with all legal requirements. We are better to handle with version updates, or provision of standard e-invoicing or not standard. Update our target formats, include in the service. We can better communicate with PayPal. We can better routing the lifecycle information, the e-reporting. For us, it's an advantage to use the new format, and it's working well, and it's quicker. And yes, this is the last slide.